Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day to you all and welcome to this hard-hitting episode of Kakaki Prism with me, Umar Isa Dandago, on your favorite channel. Again, my name is Umar Isa Dandago. My guest today is a writer, a reader, a researcher, and a politician with an avalanche and insatiable quest and thirst for knowledge, wisdom, and power, of course. Tafida Sabo is the current, well, I would say, appointed, not elected, SUG president of Yusuf Maitama Sule University here in Kano State, Nigeria. He's here in the studio with me to defend his actions and inactions, of course, and if time permits, we'll be able to discuss a couple of other things that are related to the lives of students in different universities of Nigeria. Well, Tafida, Sabo, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you very much for coming again.
Thank you. It is a great honor to be with you for the second time in the history.
Yeah, of course. And it's always a pleasure having your thoughts and contributions to this program. You have been a friend of this program for more than a year. Once again, it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you for inviting me.
And congratulations on becoming the SUG president of your university.
You're welcome indeed.
The first question I'd like to put to you is, I'm sure you are a student of international relations. You study something like power, politics, democracy, and you believe in the doctrine of democracy, rule of law, equality, freedom of expression, and so on and so forth. The question I want to ask you is that, do you feel uncomfortable given the fact that you are not democratically elected SUG president of your university? You are just appointed, you've just been appointed by your vice chancellor.
Yes, I felt a great sense of elation and absolutely comfortable because, you know, everything has a reasons. So we have to look into the reasons why it was a nomination, not an elections. One of the major reasons was that we have 14 positions that make up SUG union, start from a president down to auditor general. The issue was that it was, I think, only 2 positions that were contested. The office of the secretary general and the office of the president, and I think that of vice president. So the vice chancellor found it big and extremely, extremely something that it doesn't make sense at all. You restricted yourself to only 3 positions. What about the remaining positions? And we are more than 14 people that were contesting for only 3 positions. So he found it big. So therefore he said, we don't have to, engage in elections, because if you have been elected, for example, what about the rest positions? So that's what lured and captured the mind of the vice chancellor to nominate, and appoint the 14th contestant into a different positions. And before then, the school management has to look into your political and academic history. Remember, I was a welfare director. If you remember when you asked me last time, I was a welfare director. So that was the first criteria that was taken into consideration by the vice chancellor and school management, that I was the only contestant who has the experience over the previous SUG administration, and secondly, I am academically fit. You understand? And sadly, I have that organizations, Tafida case organization, that always helped out vulnerable students. And lastly, I have connections with the politicians outside, with other philanthropists.
Very good, very good. Let me hold you on this. You said you have connections with the politicians outside university and philanthropists and so on and so forth. You also have a connection in one way or the other, either directly or indirectly, with the vice president, and that's why he deemed that you are his favorite. I was told that your name was not like the first or the second on the list. He just said that, okay, since Tafida is on the list, go and nominate him, sort of something like this. So you are his favorite, and that's why he chose you, not because of your income.
No, it wasn't about it wasn't about favorable or something like that. It was about competency. It was about innate quality of a leadership, and I have told you all this. Remember that. I think Vice Chancellor didn't know me. before the inception of his tenure.
But you were taken to him, you were introduced to him as somebody who has been
It was my tasks and activities that introduced me to Vice Chancellor.
Somebody took you there, not your
task.
It was not your activities that propelled you to the Vice Chancellor. It was somebody who physically carried you to him.
At least.
Yes or no?
No, it was my activities.
Okay, so
I have to deny on that.
Okay, literally, your work, your activities
yes.
pushed you to Vice Chancellor.
Yes.
What about the physical pushing?
So physical pushing.
You were not alone when you met him for the first time.
I wasn't alone. I have a friend of mine. Okay. Who is an intimate friend of his son. Ibn Taymiyyah Abdul-Hakim, everybody knows him.
Yeah, sure.
That's what I mean. So Vice Chancellor is like father to him. That's what I mean. So Vice Chancellor used to have, you know, positive talks about me. Understand? And he was anxious to see me. So I asked Abdul-Hakim, please take me there so that we discuss some imperative and paramount matters.
And maybe you have some hidden agendas under the carpet. You wanted him. You wanted that moment to come, and that's why you.
In fact,
you kind of
In fact, for the first time, I lose interest. But it was like I am totally disinterested in school politics. Okay. I don't want to get involved. Understand? It was the society, the people around me. Perhaps they have seen inequality of leadership from me. Understand? Yeah. So that they are the one that insisted. Look, Tafida, you have potentialities, you have qualities, you have a this and that. If you become a president or if you engage in school politics, school and students are going to benefit greatly from your talent, intelligence. And
of course. I had a couple of conversations with some of your, how can I say, classmates and schoolmates who agree and confess to me that, yes, you are a nice person. Let me quote you a couple of guys. Aisha, she's also a level 400 student. Aisha Aliyu Abdullahi, she's a student of Islamic studies. She confessed to me that you are a man of humbleness, in her own words, and generosity. She said that you are you're a good leader, a qualitative one. She said they like you. And I asked her whether you are better or worse than the previous president. She said you are better than him. Another student who is my brother, Abdullahi Isa Dandago, is a level 400 student as well. He said that people enjoy your leadership. And then the Amir, the head of the what do you call it, MSSN, Muslim Student Society, also spoke a lot about your credibility and so on and so forth. But another person that I spoke to, who said something that I am very much interested in. Two things, two people here. One of them, as again, is a level 400 student. She said she doesn't even know your name. She doesn't know you. Does that concern you that a level 400 student who probably and hopefully will graduate together with you said that she doesn't know you?
Yes, I won't be surprised about that because, you know, some people, in fact, they hate it. Anything regarding to campus politics, and that is why they don't normally pay their attentions. And we decided during our campaign days to paste our posters, but the school management said that we are going to make the walls dirty. So for that reason, they prevented us from, you know, separating our posters. But of course, I engage in door-to-door campaigns. So I won't be surprised. Maybe you're not popular. She's enthusiastic in school politics, but I am the most popular. I am the most popular SUG president since the inception of.
Oh my God! You're flattering yourself. I'm not
flattering myself. I'm just telling you.
You're sounding bombastic, loud, arrogant.
Let me defend my phrase.
Okay, defend.
You have told me that you asked about 5 people or 6 people, right?
I have to be fair. Of course, they said they made positive comments.
4 out of them know me. They even know my personality.
But 2 ladies said they don't know you.
So 6 people. You understand what I mean? 4 of them know me. It wasn't stop here. They even know my personality. They even know, you know, my attitudes and behavior and character.
So that makes you.
So that is enough to
tell
you
that. Feel proud.
It's not about fraud. It's about popularity now. You ask 6 people. 4 of them know me. 2 of them didn't know me. So this clearly implies that I am at least a popular.
Comrade Tafida, there's another allegation. There's an allegation labeled against you. Okay, that's why I brought those people who are praising you, hyping a lot of praises, raining down a lot of praises, compliments on you. But on the other hand, somebody who confided in us said that Tafida has become a totally different guy since he got into power. He used to be very friendly with people. He used to be very humble. But nowadays, it seems like the power, the position, the seat he's occupying probably has changed him. Not for the better, but for the worse. What would you say to this?
I think he judged me wrong. Okay. Honestly, I think I am the first president that is always with the people.
First appointed president, not elected president.
First appointed president, whatever. Okay. President is president.
Okay. So okay, president is president.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kim Jong-un is the president. Okay.
Yes.
Joe Biden is the president.
Yes, they are all presidents.
Bashar al-Assad of Syria is the president.
He's a president. You address them as a president, all of them.
Okay, the Russian president.
We are not talking
the Russian leader. You're a student of international relations.
He's also a president.
He's also a president.
Yes. We are not talking about the procedures. Okay. We're talking about the status.
What about the legitimacy?
Forget about legit. Okay, we are all legitimated.
You are all legitimate. So you're just like a North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un?
No, I'm not like that. I am liberalist. Okay. And that is why the student of my campus enjoy my administration very well.
Okay. So you're like Joe Biden?
Yes, I am like Joe Biden in that sense, because I am a liberalist.
Okay, good. Come back to the issue. The issue of you being changed by the leadership, by the position you are occupying.
You know, now I have so much responsibility that plays on my shoulder. You understand? Yeah. You know, being a SUG president is not a day job, and it's not something common. You understand? If I have like 2 or 3 hours when I wasn't a president, now I may not have such kind of hours. I have so many conferences. I have so many commitments. I have so many activities that need to be attained by me. So I don't think I change as he said, but it was the leadership and responsibility that influenced me. Okay. And it is all because I want to for the university.
Okay, very good.
I am the same Tafida.
Yeah. Talking about having busy schedules, business activities, and so on and so forth. There's this another thing that I want to put to you, which is very, very serious. A lot of people are accusing you of being having a government run by only one person, a one-man alpha and omega type of leadership administration. Is it okay? How would you defend yourself? Okay, so you're the only person ruling.
No, even now I am talking inside the studio. The sport director of my administration is carrying out activity
on your behalf.
On my behalf.
Which of the sport director? Because we know of 2 sport directors. I know of 2 sport directors. One that was appointed, other was elected.
The appointed one, the ESCO.
Okay, what about the other one that has been appointed by your Secretary General?
They are working together right now.
And is that a legitimate appointment?
Is that a legitimate appointment? Because I approved the appointment. And I want to defend the fact that you are saying that I am running, you know, unilateral administration.
Yeah, this is a unilateral administration. It is
not true.
In practice. But in theory, you have all the stakeholders, cabinet members that are helping you. But it seems from the confidential informants that fed us with this classified and confidential information, it seems that you are the only person doing all the whole thing. You are alpha and omega.
No, I'm not an alpha and omega. I don't want to be. And that is why I told you I am a liberalist man.
In theory.
We believe in freedom and liberty.
In theory.
My talks will substantiate what I say.
Prove yourself.
Okay. More recent, my social director held a program called Precious Day. You understand? Yeah. And of course, everybody knows that I am at loggerhead with that person. Yeah. But despite that, I allow him to carry out the activities because I want to just an opportunity for my ESCOs to present and exhibit their talents. You understand what I mean? Yeah. And I was one of the most significant part of that administration. Wow. I think my chief of staff, the Emiratis, will bear witness that. Yeah. We forgot to sort the consent of security before carrying that activities. The security of the permanent site vowed that we will never carry out the activities there because he needs formal announcement
or information
from the management, especially BC. And BC was at Abuja at that time. So I called the student affairs, he called the security director. Security director denied still. He said that he need a formal something. So that I said, okay, look, let me write on the taking form. I, the president, I fully agree that if anything happened,
you will be held responsible.
Okay. So that's how lucky we were that event to be carried out. The point that I am trying to make is that if I am carrying out a unilateral government, I will always, exempt myself from the activities of my escorts. But I am always helping, assisting, and contributing financially. Ideally, you get the point.
Yeah. So intellectually, of course. One more allegation before we go. We have 5 minutes to go. Is that there is an allegation, an accusation against, again labeled against you, that you have either directly or indirectly, either legitimately or illegitimately, opened the office of what do you call it, First Lady. Okay, I've spoken to at least three former SUG presidents. One is Comrade Noble Aisi. He's a former SUG president of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. He was expelled because he was not friendly with the management of the university, namely the VC. He says to me when I sent him the question, is it constitutional to have the office of First Lady at university? He said that appointment is nonsensical. He also says it makes a mockery of activism. Hawa Suleiman, who was once here where you are currently sitting, she's a former SUG president, the first female SUG president of Dusama University. She said nothing like First Lady. There's nothing like First Lady's office in SUG, to be honest. But I don't know if he has reviewed the constitution of his school. And I guess not. What would you say to that? And first of all, do you have the office of the First Lady, who happens to be your girlfriend?
Yes, we have the office of the First Lady.
You are admitting.
I admit, and I have reasons.
Okay.
I am feminist also.
Okay.
I am feminist.
Okay, feminist, liberalist.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know that tomorrow you say you are
a feminist. We are 14th in positions that were appointed. I think it is only two females.
Okay.
Only 2 females, which means that we need more females because there are certain issues that are relevant to the females. You understand? No matter how friendly you are with the ladies, they can't tell you their problems. So that is why we have adjusted that office so that we will at least bring more females closer to our government. You understand? It's not about personal interest or personal.
But why didn't you appoint another female, like a random lady, girl, student? You appointed your girlfriend.
We have to look into the criteria. That girlfriend that they are insisting on. SUG is a kind of government where we have a little money to run the activities of our government. And that is why we are always looking for those people around us that have connections with philanthropies so that they will be part of our government. You understand what I mean? At least they will channel us to those individuals so that they will come and help our institutions. So the First Lady has a connection with a philanthropist and we want to use that opportunity as she's the First Lady.
And she's your girlfriend? Yes or no? She's your girlfriend?
She's my girlfriend. She's the love of my life.
Oh my God.
Her name is Kurido.
But she's a level 100.
She's a level 100. Forget about that.
How could that be possible? A level 100 student being part and parcel of a level 400 students' affairs?
Because she has the connections. And we are after.
Did you review? Have you reviewed the constitution of your university?
We have reviewed the constitution of the university.
So it's legitimate, it's constitutional.
It is not part of the constitution. It has never been enshrined in our constitutions. And I told you, I am looking for ways. Remember, during my campaign days, I vowed to go out and look for philanthropists to come and help my government in terms of infrastructures and other stuffs. So therefore, I need people that have that connection, that will channel me, that will take me there. And that lady has that connection. And she helped numerous and innumerable numbers of students. Maybe she's motivated. And SUG is, especially our SUG is a zero-oriented, that is non-profitable government. We are not receiving
Comrade
salary,
Tafida, we're running out of time. Okay. Briefly, in 10 seconds, your achievements.
So we have so many achievements that I think 24 hours won't be sufficient enough for me to present them. The first achievement that we wash all the whiteboards of the entire campus, both city campus, and the second achievement, we have freight school fees to more than 40 students who are vulnerable to do that. And sadly, we have negotiated with Kano Motors in terms of issue of transportation because it was part of my administration. And sadly, the issue of the toilet, even today, I inspected female toilets. That's what I mean. And alhamdulillah, they are happy and they are enjoying the toilets. And I developed a kind of good rapport between the union and those that are responsible for the toilet matters. Well,
Comrade Tafida Sabo, SUG President of Yusuf Maitama Sule University, thank you very much indeed for being on the show, and I look forward to hosting you again whenever when we have time, whenever you are available also. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for being on the show.
Thank you so
much. I hope you enjoy the show.
Yes, I do.
All right, on behalf of everyone that has contributed to the production of the show and the cabinet members of Honorable Comrade Tafida Sabo, who are here with me in the studio, thank you very much indeed for being on the show. On behalf of the big boss, Zainab Abdul Rahman Agogo, my name is Umar Insad, and we're saying goodbye and see you very soon.